Hello and welcome back to your favorite podcast,
the Golden Nugget podcast.
That literally just sounded like me being
in
doubled.
stereo.
Today,
Anna times two.
Yes, I am your host and your best friend, Anna Golden, joined by another one of your best friends,
I'm
Peanut.
back. I'm back, boys. Let's do this.
Boys. Yeah, you know, it hasn't been back for a while.
Only the fellas are really looking for me.
I don't
think that's true.
I feel like a lot of the girls are too. Anything new you'd like to say?
I'm back. I had a couple weeks off.
What'd you
really
do?
Just let the wifey take over. What I do, I went on sabbatical. Really just took this time to rest and find some fresh vision.
Really?
That's sweet.
Yeah. So here we are.
What's your fresh vision?
Fresh vision is I feel like the Lord's really just gonna take this thing to the next level.
Guys, I'm here.
Wow.
Oh yeah, we
I'm
have
like,
a
so
guest.
then Enoch. Yeah.
Thus saith the Lord.
We also have a very special guest here,
We do.
Maria Mary Magdalene.
Mary Magdalene. Elizabeth.
I'm just thinking, like,
Golden.
what if we had you dressed up as Mary Magdalene?
Honestly, you know, I'd love it. I love to dress
and
up.
I interviewed you as if you were Mary
I love to dress
Magdalene
up ugly.
from the Bible.
Oh, and I had to like do research.
It's like, today we have with us,
What is that
honestly,
called? Like
Honestly, I
method
would
acting?
love that.
that would actually be such an
But
incredible
I
series.
would rather be like Benjamin Franklin.
What? Rather
do
than
you
a
know?
biblical
Thomas
character?
Edison. I would like to be Thomas Edison. I've toured his house. I know everything.
Where was
Really?
that?
She doesn't
gotta go.
remember much, so we're
I remember touring his house
It was
too.
in a swampland, so it was either
Louisiana?
like Florida, Louisiana.
yeah, it must have been the South
it
for
was
sure.
somewhere swampy.
Are you looking
Because
that
it
up?
was humid.
No, I'm checking on my Taco Bell.
Okay.
Peanut.
Late night eats.
We're not
Sorry.
enough. That's
Guys,
horrifying.
I just have to start by saying something.
My name's Liz, by the way.
Oh,
not
yeah,
Mary
welcome.
Marie
no,
Magdalene.
Welcome,
Liz's
Liz
full
Golden.
name is actually starts with Mary.
According to the government, but I've never been called Mary long term.
Why did mom come name you Mary?
When she doesn't even get called. My mom's
It's like
first
how
name
do
is
you
Mary.
call
But people call
a
her
baby
Kathy.
Mary?
Gross.
No, here's the best part. My
No
mom's
offense
first
if that's
name.
your name.
My mom's Liz.
I said no offense.
I know a lot of great Marys.
Honestly, I do too.
I know Marie's.
Mary is my mother's first name, and
here's the
she didn't
problem.
even want to go by it.
That's
Here's
crazy.
the problem. It's
That's
just
foul.
not me. Can you imagine me walking around as a Mary? It would just ruin me.
Or change everything.
No aura.
Wow. Anyway, so I
Liz
go
is
by
like,
Liz.
right now I'm going to Mary.
I go by Liz.
Did you make that decision or did others?
It was made for me for sure. I mean, I was just a child.
How did
It
that
started
happen?
out, they called me Mary Elizabeth for a long time. And then actually, this is the truth. 0 to 2 years old, I was called Dootsy. I didn't even know my real name. And then my mom kind of had this like wake up moment. I was about to go to preschool and she looked at me and she's like, Liz, well, she just said, Dootsy, do you want to be Mary or Elizabeth? First of all, never give a kid a choice. We don't know. We're 2. And I was like, I'll be Mary and he'll be Jesus. And I pointed at my brother and I had no idea that was my name. And
She's
they're
like,
like,
done deal.
they're like, oh my God, what have we done? And so they gave me Mary Elizabeth. And then just kind of shortened at home to like Mary Elizabeth to just Elizabeth. But all of my elementary school friends still call me Mary to this day.
And our older
And my Ubers. They're
Mary,
like,
did
Mary.
you
because it's your
know?
legal name.
And I forget that's my name. And they're like, Mary. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's me.
I was like booking everybody's flights for Thanksgiving because we're doing a big. I wonder if there is a way that we can do like a podcast while we're on that trip. We're doing
With
like
the
a
entire
big
family.
tour of Europe for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get this. This trip has been in the cooker for me for years.
Yeah, slow cooking.
And so now I finally brought it to fruition. It's taken a lot of coercing.
Yeah.
And so I was booking everybody's flights, and it was so hard because I was like 2 Mary Goldens.
Oh, yeah.
And I just remembered, I was like, you guys have the exact same name.
It's crazy.
So difficult.
Yeah.
It's just hard to keep up with.
Also, want to know something very wild is every time I get a prophetic word, not every time, but sometimes they say, I don't know why I'm getting Mary. And I'm like, oh, this can be a good one.
Yeah, it's got to be on if they know.
Yeah, if they know that my name's Mary, that's good.
They've got the
Yeah,
the
so
thing.
Has there ever been a moment where you thought about going back to Mayor?
never. And it would never
Mayor.
be Mayor.
Mayor.
Mayor
You're
back.
trying to make it trendy.
I call Liz Mary all the time.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, I know. I just feel
Some
like
of my friends that find out that that's my first name, that's their favorite joke to do, is be like, Mary. And I'm like, I'm so sick of it, but whatever. It's fine.
Does your head like tilt if you hear a Mayor?
No, I have to like remember that's me because I forget.
That's so crazy. Also,
I've disassociated from that.
I'm now realizing I've never even, as a joke, called Mom Mary.
We should start.
That's so crazy.
Whoa.
We also have an aunt named Terry.
We have an Aunt Mary. Rest her soul.
Terry.
Aunt Mary used to smoke 42 packs a day.
Great aunt. It's a great
Aunt Mary, and she
Aunt Mary.
had a hunchback.
Liz,
Tough.
stop.
She worked on a computer all day. I feel
That's
that.
not mean. I'm just describing her for the people.
I don't think computers exist.
And she always got her hair set, so she'd get it curled once a week and not wash it. And I used to remember thinking as a kid, like, that is so crazy. And it would just smell like pure chimney smoke.
Marble Reds.
And she would smoke in the house, and I was like, at a young age, I'm like, this is going to give me cancer.
Liz, don't say that. Anyway, all that to say, we also have an Aunt Terry who goes by Maggie. Is that her middle name?
No, she legally changed her name to Maggie.
It's like, is anyone going to go by their OG
Aunt Maggie.
names?
Growing up, I would always go over to Aunt Maggie's house. She would let me go to the office supply store. Growing up, I never wanted to go to like a toy store. I wanted to go to the Office Max.
Honestly, I love Office Max.
I love a good Office Max.
And I would get receipt pads and notebooks and pens, and she would play cash register with me, and it was like that was my dream come true. And she would take me to Michael's, and I would get clay, and we'd bake it.
Oh yeah, I love baking the clay. That was so much fun.
She got me molds, and I would do all these little people in molds. It was so fun. You could get molds for the clay that you could bake the clay in the molds.
I thought you said she got you some mold.
Yeah, she also bought me a little mold.
That reminds me of, that was my favorite thing to do. We were homeschooled growing up. I was homeschooled my whole life. Like I was in a classroom.
That is so crazy to me.
I was in, when did we get pulled out of school?
Yeah.
I remember the way that the sun looked.
And it doesn't relate to like any school things I went to.
That's so crazy. Cause I went preschool through third grade. Half of third grade, we got pulled out. We went back in beginning of fourth, got pulled back out half of fourth. And then fifth grade, I was in for a couple months and we got pulled out.
Well, first of all, why were we getting pulled out?
In and out. Because of our older brother, John was a sociopath.
No, also is because I remember
was
the
just
day
really
we
rebellious.
got pulled out of school, my mom was like, we'll decide what you learn now.
Oh, was it that? I don't think so. It was honestly because John was just so hard to deal with. And they thought the problem was mass programming.
Well, I do think it was like, I feel like it was the beginning of like school systems, maybe like teaching certain things our parents didn't want us to be taught.
Like the Big Bang?
I don't know. I think maybe things like that.
We went to a Christian school. It literally wasn't like that. I don't know.
I just remember, for some reason, I remember like mom telling us all like in the car, like,
maybe
this is just our life's going to look different now.
I think it was just more control.
I loved, I loved like whenever there was like these homeschool days that I would do, and we would make like mold and a little pastry dish. Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah. And then I ordered an ant farm.
I remember that. It would keep it in mom's bathroom.
I had so many ant farms.
Yeah.
It was so fascinating.
Every time I took a bath, I would just bring it in the bath and look at them.
You would literally like, you'd buy this little ant farm, and they're so cool. And then you would mail in like your little rebate, and then in the mail you got a tube of ants.
Yeah.
It was
so
so
crazy.
And it started out just as like just
and
all this sand, and they would make all these little pathways, and you just see them working.
It was so cool. Are people still doing ant farms?
I hope so.
Can you freeze ants?
It was like, that's how they mailed them. You had to like thumb.
Yeah, because they came very, very
Sedated.
Slow.
Yeah.
And then eventually they were blasting through there.
They
made up for lost time.
For sure. That would have created. Imagine being like an ant and like you're an ant farm ant.
You know, Walt Disney is frozen.
Is he?
Is
Do you
that
know
true?
about that? They froze him. So he's technically not dead. He's just frozen.
He's dead.
He's not dead?
His heart's not beating.
See, I think...
Liz is a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah. Any conspiracy, throw it right at me. I will hit that one out the park.
Do you believe birds?
No, that feels weird to me. But I do think like there's a little bit of truth in every little spin.
But not the birds?
The birds is weird. I've looked at birds and I don't see any cameras.
Well, there you have it, everybody.
Red eyes.
Let's everybody just go ahead and throw that one to the
That
curb.
one's out. But all the other ones I'll believe. Honestly, here's something about me. I will never fact check you. everything you tell me, I'll believe it as if it's the truth, and then I'll spread it like it's the gospel. And I will spread any conspiracy anyone wants to spill.
I know. I hate when people fact check me. It
That's the
honestly
worst.
irks me.
They're like, let me look on my phone. I'm like, your phone's broken now.
That's because
I
you
was-
guys make up a lot of
I
stuff.
was literally talking to someone
No.
a couple days ago, and I was like, oh, yeah. And it was like something that I was like 100% sure on. It was like a mutual friend of ours, and they were talking about something, and they're like, I don't think so.
I hate that.
And I was like,
Nothing kicks the air out of you
and I
like
literally
that.
was like, no, it's actually true. I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
That's like you're a hot air balloon and someone just takes a knife straight through the side.
But imagine if I was
I
telling
fact
someone
check, so-
something about like, if I was telling you're, hello? Are you okay?
Is
I
anyone
saw
home?
you
I'm like-
lose. I saw
I'm
you
like-
lose all train of thought, and I was
I'm
like,
someone and something.
thinking about
and
trying to
something,
save you.
someone's to something.
have you caught it back?
Yeah, imagine I'm like someone's telling you
Okay.
something about me.
Okay, and then
And
says
then you're-
that's a lie.
Yeah, and it's like you're like
It's like,
no.
hey, if anyone knows the truth, it's me. So
Yeah,
you
it
can't
was
even look
one
it
of
up
those
online.
situations, and I was like, I would know. Like I'm telling you information that you probably wouldn't have. And no, it's probably
But
not.
I will say though, sometimes if people start lying about something that you can Google or you have Googled before, I remember I had this friend, Kara and I had this friend that would make up all these extraordinary lies, and one of them was
Sure.
that her dad owned the Denver Nuggets, and I'm like, I know what that guy looks like, and it's not your dad.
First of all, we'd all know if your dad owned
the
a
Denver Nuggets.
major basketball team.
You wouldn't be driving a beat up Corolla in St. Louis, Missouri if your dad owned the Denver Nuggets. But
That's real.
I also think about like, I think every person on earth has someone in their like vicinity that's a pathological liar.
yeah,
Like everyone has a character in their
Just-
life that is
That's
a
just so
pathological
crazy.
liar.
Yeah.
I feel like so many
Do you
people lie
have one?
these days.
Well,
I feel
then,
like
so
everyone's
many
lying
people
all the
lie.
time.
guys, if you ever really deduce, like, sit down
think
and
about
just
lying.
think about it, it's like everyone could be lying about everything.
And I think I've met
For
all
sure.
of those and dated
But
every
do you
one
know
of
what I
them.
mean? Like, I think lying is either in your wheelhouse or it's not.
For sure.
Like it's either
Yeah.
like something you access or you don't.
And I think men are way better liars.
Really?
Well, I don't think that they're way better liars, but they that's the first shelf on every, like, when you grow up, that's the first shelf you hit is lie, 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 lie. Actually, I saw this recently on
I feel like
a
there's something
podcast
there.
where it said that men should have to start their life in prison and work their way out.
That's so funny. I said on that thing the other day, it was like if I could make anything illegal, it'd be cheating.
Yeah, I would love that. I would have so many men in prison. I'm so good at finding cheaters
Enoch, I feel
and
like
catching them.
Liz,
It's horrible. It's a
I
curse.
feel like you're not with us because I see you just tracking your little Uber Eats.
Okay,
You
come
guys-
back. Come
I
back
got
to
in a
Earth.
full
Is
fight.
someone breaking in my house right
I know.
now?
I heard
That was crazy. Even in my soundproof goggles,
Goggles.
ear goggles.
I heard also we're in Boca Raton, which Enoch let us
Oh
know
my God.
means the mouth's rat.
the rat. Wait, the mouth of a rat.
The mouth of a rat. It's
Boca
also
Raton.
Okay, what is
It
it?
translates to mouth rat, but rat's
Hate
mouth.
that. Rat's mouth. I live in rat's mouth. And honestly, if there's like one, I remember every time I drive home from Texas to St. Louis, there's this place called Possum Grape. And I used to remember thinking that that'd be the worst place to live. I live in Possum Grape. And then now
maybe some people
it's been
live in
top-
Possum Grape.
it's been top times infinity that I live in rat mouth. So
Honestly, it's beautiful here, though.
it is beautiful, but I
We're
will
loving
say
it.
it's a lot of elderly.
For $1 million, would you rub a possum tail on your face?
Absolutely not.
$1 million.
No, I would actually.
Liz, are you kidding?
1,000% could.
No. Honestly, I would probably cut off my toe for $1 million, but I would never let a tail of a rat or a possum touch me, and even come in my stratosphere with 6 feet.
6 feet.
Gosh,
I hate possums so much. I don't know why God made him. It's something I've been asking him, and he just doesn't
You
respond.
know what's so crazy to me is I'm all right with them.
Hate them.
I
Their face scares me. Their tail's gross. They're chunky. It's just like too much.
Remember when Twitter was a thing before it was called X? Anybody who casually calls Twitter X, I don't understand.
I hate it.
Twitter when I was younger, was like, that was one of our main forms of communication, especially when we like started in the entertainment
Really?
industry. Yeah. You weren't I was so active on Twitter, and so were you.
Oh.
I was
would
pretty
say-
active on Twitter. I think that was the most active.
I got locked out
was.
of my Twitter. I can never get back into it.
Oh.
So I had to start over with
I
X.
just deleted mine.
Oh.
You can delete your Twitter?
Yeah.
I probably
You can
can delete
delete
anything.
anything. It's the internet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like everything's available forever.
No.
Anyway,
Yeah, unfortunately for a lot of people.
anyway, all that to say, there was this kid named Awesome Possum, like 96.
Awesome
and
possum.
he
Awesome
caught
Possum.
baby possums.
He
and
cut them?
Caught them. He would
Oh.
catch them. And I reached out to him, and he said he would catch me a possum. And he was a young kid. I was a young kid.
Gross.
And they were so cute.
That's
and
you
actually
were
the
such a weird
craziest
kid.
thing. I
And then
know.
Anna was the weirdest kid.
I know.
And then
what?
one day he
Just so
changed
weird.
his name because he got a girlfriend, and he changed his name on Twitter to like I love, and it was like his girlfriend's first
That's
and
so
last
sweet.
name.
That's the kind of guy I
And
want.
I messaged him and I was like, "Awesome possum," like 15 question marks, and he was like he couldn't get me one anymore.
You know,
And I
that's
was
my
just
Like,
that's
hey,
my
I've
dream.
moved up. Like,
Literally,
you-
I was so bothered by that. And I
That's
was
my
just
dream
like,
guy
you
that will
sell
change
out.
that will change his handle to I love Liz Golden. Or delete his Instagram. Honestly, why do men over the age of 35 have an Instagram?
100%.
Unless you're making millions of dollars from your Instagram, what are you doing on there? This is a genuine question. I'm not judging. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, there's like
And you're not watching golf videos.
I say like for some guys, like a lot of the guys that are church have Instagram, and it's a great way to connect with other people. Like as far as like, oh, if you meet a guy on a Sunday, and it's like, hey, what's your Instagram? You swap that, or I guess you could just swap your phone numbers. I don't know. If you're like a real estate agent, I guess it makes sense. Certain things.
Anyways, Liz, welcome to the pod.
Yeah, I didn't even get any kind of intro or
I
anything.
know.
Anna, can I
What-
hear something?
Yeah. Okay.
Like, give
Intro
me
her.
at
Who
least
is
5
she?
things you love about me.
Liz is
Most
Oh.
requested.
one of the most. It is probably the most requested guest, and I'm always
Catch
curious
that.
how you guys are like. Is it because I talk about her in the podcast?
You do. You
Yeah,
talk about me a
all
lot.
the time.
Do you listen to every episode?
Almost.
What was your favorite one you've heard?
Probably the one where about your guys' story because I'm a very hot topic in that one.
So you just like to listen for yourself.
Mainly it's me. Me loving me. Thanking me.
You on the lookout for listening
Me.
to
Yeah.
you. Sure.
That's like seeing yourself in a magazine. It's like, I didn't even know they're taking pictures.
You bought a couple of them.
I didn't know I was at that
didn't even know
charity.
they're taking pictures. Is our food almost here? You guys, there is a girl on TikTok. This is like a controversial top. Jelly bean sweets.
Oh, I don't like it.
She's like,
I'm not
It
a
makes me
fan.
feel
she's
weird.
one of those people who just like eats on camera. But I have, you know what? A lot of reason why people eat on camera is for people with like ED, like eating disorders.
Yeah, but this is an ED because you're not supposed to eat that much food that fast with that much dressing.
She's a sauce girl.
It's crazy.
But I will say,
and she just gets it all over her hands and her mouth, and it's just like too much. It's
I don't
honestly,
like talking
alright.
about it.
I don't
all
like
right,
it.
Makes me
guys,
feel
you
weird.
don't have to rip her to
Skip.
shreds.
I didn't say anything. I just said it makes me feel weird.
Okay, I will say that she's been posting a lot recently eating this certain burrito from Taco Bell. I've never in my life craved anything from Taco Bell. And I'm like, what is that burrito all about? So we are about to get that.
So it
Hopefully
does
it's good.
work. So
Well, I don't think she's doing product placement.
she's doing all of her videos for free.
She said the
She
other
could
day
make so much money.
She said the other she said the other day how much money she was making.
I'm sitting like a gargoyle.
And
I
it
was like,
wasn't
why
a
does
lot.
Hannah look taller than me right now? It's because I'm literally
We're like
crunched in
the
a ball. Like
actual same height in real life.
no, we're not. How tall are you?
5'9".
No.
Yeah.
Oh, remember what we said about liars?
Enoch,
You
how tall
guys
are
found your favorite
Me?
one.
I think I'm 6 foot.
Anna will probably say
When
she's
my
the same height
shoulders are
as you.
down.
She'll probably say she's the same height as you. Good news is no one lives on this side. Sometimes I bang the wall just to check.
I was wondering what that bang just was.
No, that's my elbow.
Are you okay?
Well, my nerve is damaged, so I have to go to the hospital after this. I gotta tell you guys. So tonight we went and played pickleball for 2 hours in the South Florida heat. That's a
In that
new
rat
level.
mouth heat.
Yeah, that's a new level of heat and a new level of pain. But then we came back and sat outside and ate a seafood boil.
Love a good seafood boil.
Honestly, my part of my death row meal would be crab legs and a ribeye steak, medium rare with flaky salt, truffle fries.
So surf and turf.
Yeah. Also, guys,
Just
I
like
do have to
holding
say
it.
a new pain I have here in Florida is my scalp getting scorched to the ends of the earth. It looks like I have dandruff right now, but I don't. It's literally just.
I don't think the camera's gonna pick that up, so you're all good.
It's literally just my.
Yeah, you didn't
my
have to make a public statement.
It hurts so bad. Do you use sunscreen for your hair? I've never had this before.
Actually, people do use sunscreen for your hair. Are those shoes similar?
Exactly the same.
I literally said that earlier.
Yeah.
Huh.
I try to
No.
tell you.
Guys, and I feel like anybody who's on Uber, I got in a full fight with someone on Uber chat the other day.
Only
And-
Anna will fight with someone online.
That
Okay,
right.
I don't fight with people online
She just
commonly.
lives and fight online.
You get these like coupons, these like promos that honestly are never worthwhile, but
Yeah.
it makes
But
you feel
you
like
act.
you are. 'Cause
You
it's like,
act
oh,
quick.
30% off of a finish line? That's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And these shoes were on sale. And then I was like, oh, great. I'll order these shoes. They come in the wrong size. And now I've paid all this like money for like delivery and then like tip. So I'm already like the shoes on the app were 80.
Is it delivery or is it Deshuno?
Yeah. Stupid. And then I got them. I think I spent I was saving like $4.
Anna.
But here's the reality. I was saving $4, but I was like, also
she already owns the exact same shoe.
I didn't have to go to
I'm
the
looking at 'em.
mall. And they were also already on a sale from they were 120 on sale for 80. I paid like 75, right? Okay.
That's a good
And
sale.
I was like, okay, this is good. Wrong size. The girl wouldn't return them. And then I was like, hey, Uber, you guys gave me the wrong size. Like, no, this is the size you ordered. I was like, no, you updated my cart.
No.
We get in a full fight. And I was like, all right, great. I had to go back to Finish Line today to exchange them. First of all, the mall that I went to, it was like one of those nostalgia TikToks that you see.
Yeah,
It's
where they're in the
you
secret
in
room
2009.
downstairs.
Yeah, the back rooms.
Yeah.
It's
I've watched so many of those videos. It's so scary.
okay. Anyway, we were not
I
going to
love
get on that
abandoned
tangent.
houses, abandoned malls.
No, I love abandoned houses, but it definitely
I found
felt,
this guy that tours all of them.
It
I
was the
watched all of them.
Galleria. Have you been
So
there?
creepy.
In Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
It was
vintage.
it was literally so crazy, and Enoch dropped me off at one end of the mall.
Do they have Delia's?
No, but they had everything but. I felt like I would have taken one
Buckle?
left turn and I would have saw Delia's and Limited too. But I kept going and I was wearing flip-flops. I have blisters all over my feet. I walked 2 miles in this mall to get. I've never seen a mall with this format. It was like if you went downstairs, it was a parking garage. And if you went upstairs, it was like daycare center and like a kids play. There was a lot of mall walkers there. It was giving Chesterfield Mall.
You know,
Anyway.
not to top your mall story. Just kidding. Keep going, and I'll get my own.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry. Our Uber guy is lost.
Wait, where is
Oh my
he?
God.
And this
You
is
can't-
We're never gonna get that.
guys. Uber is honestly.
He can't get inside. I think I need to find him.
Yeah, you probably gotta go out front.
I'm having trouble getting inside the building. Okay, Enoch just went to go find the food, but I finally got to the finish.
I want to also say really quick. It's 1 a.m.
I know, yeah, we're fading. But here's the thing, okay? And I ordered it on the app. All right, I'm saving. If the price was I have to tell somebody this. If
Yeah.
the price was $80, I bought it for $72, and I paid for delivery and tip. That's after everything. So I'm like, okay, I'm saving at least $15, $20 because I'm tax. It was tax-free weekend.
Beautiful.
So then I get this receipt in my bag and it was only $80. I was like, all right, didn't save a lot.
That's pretty
When I
cool.
went to exchange the size today, I had to pay the tax. They were like, oh, this is a government thing. It's not us thing. I was like, okay, great.
Wow.
So then I was like, man, I really didn't save anything. And it took me
I didn't buy
2 hours
anything
to
on
get
tax-free weekend. That's my biggest regret.
there. Is it? It's only really on back to school stuff. So technically the
Well, if you buy a computer,
Yeah. Did you need a computer?
I don't know. Let me think about it. I have to tell the craziest mall story I've ever experienced in my life.
Okay.
I went with a couple people that were getting a hair transplant in Colombia. We get there 6 a.m. You okay?
Yeah, just that. What a shocking turn of events that the mall would lead to a hair transplant.
The hair transplant place was in the mall. We show up, and first of all, it's like this whole side of the mall that's like doctor's offices, which they do everything in Columbia. If you've ever wanted anything done, you can get it all done on this one floor. People are coming out with every surgery known to man. Okay. And then, like, I had to wait for the people that I was with while they were in surgery, and someone was like, "Oh, just go down to floor whatever, and then go out." And I was like, "Go out?" And they're like, "It's the mall," and it's an actual mall.
You shop?
I was shopping. I was looking, and I didn't buy anything because I didn't have those kind of money, and I didn't bring my credit card because I didn't know I was at a mall. I thought I was at a doctor's office. And the doctor's office was at the mall. It felt like a dream. You know how like you're in a dream and then like you own a closet and then you're in like a new house, or like it felt like that. It felt like it was in a virtual reality. It was so crazy. It blew my mind. And I wasn't expecting it. I stumbled upon it. Also,
speaking of the mall, you've had a lot of mall jobs.
I have. I've had a lot of mall jobs. One time I worked in the center of the mall in a kiosk, and that was like thrust upon me, and I did not ask for it. They told me at Sunglass Hut that I was being promoted to manager, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. I literally just got hired. And then it was like that game, The Old Maid. You know, they were like, oh, pick the one in the middle. And then it's like, oh my God, I picked the Old Maid.
Please describe picking the Old Maid and what that even means.
Okay, so there's this old matching game, this card game called Old Maid. And the only card in the entire deck that didn't have a match was the Old Maid. And so you'd always try to like line up your cards so that the other person would pick that one. And then whoever ended with that card lost. And I just always used to remember, like, there were these times I would go to like someone's house that I was like dating, and I would like meet one of their brothers or meet their family. And I'm like, oh my God, I picked the Old Maid. Like, I picked the one that's like, don't pick that one.
That's so funny.
But anyway, I worked the center of the kiosk in the mall, and that is so crazy. Also, it
was always during the holidays too.
Yeah,
because you got double pay during time to work in the mall.
Yeah, it was like such a good vibe. Santa was there. The crazy thing is with the kiosk though, you're always only one person working. So I would take a lot of breaks. You could just put up this little like laminate that said like out to lunch. And I would just sometimes like sit over at Nordstrom and watch the kiosk. And if anyone came up to it, then I would go over there. I was the worst.
Oh my God.
I was the worst when I worked there. But I do remember this one thing. So they had this thing where they would fit your glasses to you. No one ever trained me, but we had this heating machine. And I'll never forget this old man, like not old man, like he definitely was like a prominent guy who knew a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff, brought his Maui Jim polarized in, which is like at that time the most expensive sunglass we sold.
Literally, Liz, not you talking sunglass shop.
And he wanted me to refit them to his face. No one had ever taught me how. And this is the kind of person I used to be. Like, no one could ever make me feel like I was dumb. So I was like going to figure it out. So I just turned on the heating machine, put his sunglasses under it, and then I just put my fingers on it to bend the plastic. I obviously burned the tops of my fingers off onto the sunglasses, and my fingerprints were in the glasses. And I was about to scream, but I was like, this is going to take a couple minutes. Do you want to go down the food court and shop around, maybe get a snack? He was like, okay. I'm literally trying to like work my fingerprints out of these glasses.
Into the wall next to him because he doesn't have his glasses on him.
Yeah. But I remember thinking in that moment, like, who let me do this? Like, why was I never trained?
That's a good thing.
And you weren't listening to a word I just said.
No,
but that's fine.
Liz, I literally have heard you say this story before.
That's my number one story. I've never said it before.
Your number one story. And your number one story, and this is your premiere. I've definitely heard it before. Liz also used to work at
live premiere. That's my number one story.
I'm back.
Bare Minerals.
Welcome back. I used to work at Bare Minerals. I was the number one salesperson at Bare Minerals.
You were at
Big accomplishment.
Sephora.
No, I never worked at Sephora.
Liz, you worked for Smashbox and you would work inside Sephora.
Going in and training Sephora's is not the same as working at a Sephora.
Yeah, but you worked inside a Sephora. It's like
logistics.
It's like whenever you go into Sephora and someone doesn't have like a little Sephora name tag and they have like a brand name tag, just know they're making like triple what those other people are making. They're always
like way more than that.
And they're always gonna fight for you to
only get
their brand.
Yeah.
So they'll be like, "Can I help you with anything?" Yeah. And then it's like, "Let me take you over to this one."
Yeah.
But Liz still loves Smashbox.
I love Smashbox. What was that?
It's like, it's honestly, to me, I think Smashbox is a really millennial brand.
What's different about it?
Okay, it's the only makeup line that's born out of a photography studio, so everything's made to look, wear, and feel like skin.
And it's flash
On and off camera.
resistance.
Wow.
So it's a lot of pigment, not a lot of product.
It's beautiful. That makes a lot of sense.
Wow.
I will
And
never
that's-
say
and
anything
she-
bad about Smashbox.
He
I
paid her
really,
for life.
really loved that makeup.
You still use it?
Well, yeah, not today. I don't have any foundation on today. Just I put on sunscreen.
You put on sunscreen for the lights?
For the podcast?
You guys, Anna turned the air down. Originally, Enoch tried to turn my air down to 50 degrees for this podcast.
I've never seen a
I said,
thermostat
my
go
AC
so
is
low.
going to break.
It was going down to like 30.
It was going to break.
I've never seen one get
It's
that
probably
low.
broken now. I
It's
like.
gonna
Oh, I
pay
turned it up.
$1
It's
million
like-
it's like
dollars
a
for
67.
today.
I think I have frostbite in my eyes.
Here's the thing,
like,
okay, Liz, we're still on a low budget pod. We're
So
rolling.
the camera lights on fire. Like, what are we doing?
No, it just overheats, especially when we have more than one take.
Put some ice on it. Get an ice pack.
Let's put a little
That's
bit
not
of
how that
water
goes.
ice on.
No, ice pack. Ice pack. Waterproof.
How's it gonna stay on there?
We can tape it just like we tape those lights.
Have we gotten to the nitty gritty? Who Liz is?
The nitty
No,
gritty.
I literally asked for, can you guys just please say 5 nice things about me for the love of God?
We're still on that.
Okay,
I
first
never
of
got
all,
even one.
is
All
that
right.
who Liz is? Liz, who are you?
I would
Who
like-
are you?
I would like to hear from you guys.
Who are you?
I'm
And
a,
what
are
are you?
you?
I'm a human being.
Who
You're
are
our
you? And what are
guest.
you doing here?
Oh my God.
No, I mean like,
What, I have to prove myself to get my podcast put out?
who are you and why are you worth it?
I don't have to pitch myself on this. This is my house. Get out.
Oh,
Anyway, can you please just say 5 nice things about me? I would love to keep it for myself.
yeah, I'm sure we can do that off camera. We'll
No,
give you-
just
we'll
okay.
give you a
3,
soundbite.
3.
I had something great that I was going to ask you. You're derailing.
You guys didn't even introduce me. No one knows who I am.
I literally said you're my sister.
Is that enough?
Okay,
There it
this
is.
is my sister Liz. I've known her since 1996. We met. Did we meet the day of my birth?
I would assume so.
You
Actually, I really think we did.
like. What does it work like when you have other kids? Like every kid's there during the delivery. Or is it like
no, we would come. Grandma brought us. I do remember that.
that's so crazy. Being the youngest, I missed out on all that. Like I never saw mom pregnant. Nothing. That idea that our mom has ever been pregnant.
I don't think
blows
I
my
saw her
mind.
pregnant either.
You saw her
I don't remember
pregnant
anything.
2 times
I'm-
after you.
I'm
This is
saying I don't remember
blacked
it.
out.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
Josh is 4 years younger than you.
I don't think he remembers it either.
And I'm
I don't think
6
kids
years younger than you.
Remember it? Huh?
6 years old?
6?
Liz, you were 6 when I was born. How old are you?
33. The same age Jesus was when he died.
And resurrected.
Wow.
Could be a big year for me.
Could be a big one.
Yeah, you're 6 years older than me.
That's crazy.
5.5.
I tell everyone that I'm the younger sister.
They would never believe it.
Honestly, everyone does. It's crazy.
Yeah, because I don't think anybody assumes you'd lie about something like that.
I'm a liar. What were we just talking about before that? Can you just say 2 nice things you like about me?
Yeah, Enoch, you go first.
Oh my God, he's known me for 10 minutes. Anna, you've known me my whole life.
Liz, what is it? You said you guys.
Well, you.
So he'll start.
Okay. Liz, I love how willing you are to learn new things. Like pickleball the last couple days.
Okay, thanks. Anna?
You've been really
This
willing.
is your little snark to what he just said is going to show me that nothing,
Learn new
nothing
things
that we
like
could
my
say
ability to adapt.
that nothing we
took a
could
while.
say will be good enough.
I know it will be. Anna,
I love how funny you are.
thank you.
You're very funny.
And
She can be, yeah.
And you're very resourceful.
resourceful? Is there a Z in that?
Resourceful.
I'm like, it doesn't mean what you think.
What does that mean?
It's like a sneaky backhand.
It's a new term. It's like you're good with razors.
You think I'm resourceful? Really?
No, probably
I was
not.
going to say, I don't think I am at all. I'm
Um,
working on it.
You know what, Enoch? In all of our years of marriage, a half year, I don't think you've ever played with my hair.
That's so beautiful. So sweet.
What are you enjoying that?
Are you moved? What's going on?
Well, I just feel like you're kind of petting me back there.
Does it feel like a pet?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, I'll say something I love about myself. I love my
Great.
ability to bounce back.
Okay,
That's true.
That's good.
I go really far down, but I can bounce
She's
back.
got that mentality.
I got that bounce back.
A little relapse.
Okay,
No, that's not the
that's
good term.
crazy.
That's not what I'm like,
What
oh,
are you
that's
talking
What do you
not.
mean, like redemption?
Relapse is okay.
A
Yeah,
term
I guess
for
relapse is not, but it is that like bounce back, rebound. That's it.
A rebound. Anna told me that when it comes to my dating life, I've never been benched.
Sure. I don't know if
She's
that's
right back in the game.
I'm like,
I took that as a compliment. I'll never let anything bring me down. Just kidding. I'm currently down, crawling.
no. All right, everybody, she's fine.
I'm fine. I'm bleeding blood.
Bleeding blood,
Crying
opposed to what else? She's bleeding
I'm crying
sauce.
blood, I meant. I'm so sorry. I made one mistake verbally.
I'm like, can we play that back?
Yeah, literally. Roll the tapes. Oh, my God. Well, anyway, my name's Liz Golden, and I'm Anna's sister.
Liz's real name's Mary.
And I've done a lot of
can you
things.
only-
I've seen a lot of people.
Can you only address yourself for the rest of the podcast as Mary?
Why would I do that?
I don't know.
For fun?
It could spice it up.
And I say my name in third person. Mary like to do this.
All right, Mare. Tell us a little bit about growing up with me, meeting me at a young age, knowing me, having a good time with me.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't really remember a lot about you. You didn't really have a personality until you were like 11.
Do you know what's so crazy, you guys? And I just have to say that, like, everyone in my family is like, we don't really know. I would love to know.
I don't know what you were doing.
I would love to know a young me. I would love to know, like,
I
what
don't
I was...
think anyone knew you.
Like, I would love to know,
You
like,
kinda
what I
raised
was
yourself.
into, what I was hanging out with, like, who...
Build-A-Bear, for sure. You love Build-A-Bear. You love little animals, little critters. All you cared about was Little Bo's Pet Shop.
I love Lila's Pet Shop.
Yeah. And everything to do with animals, and you were always the doctor. But I do remember, this is something that just came to me.
Oh, God. Am I going to have to cut this out?
No. When you were born, Grandma let us all pick something in the gift shop. I guess it's like give to you. Like it was like gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And I got you a pink bubblegum cigar. And then I got to have it.
Sounds like Liz.
Ain't that a lot like what was about to happen for the next 40 years?
What are we going to do? Give a newborn some gum?
Give a
Why'd you
newborn
pick
a
that out?
teddy bear or something? What in the world? Like a blanket? Have you never given a baby gift? My gosh.
You know what's crazy? I never even thought about that.
It's
But
like, I was a
of
baby.
course
I would
we're
have
not gonna
loved
give-
a little squeeze of something.
You
probably.
don't remember you were a baby. Maybe you wanted
I
the gum.
remember. I remember that cigar.
Bubblegum cigar.
I remember the disrespect.
Yeah, no. And my mom, mom would dress you in these like little smocked begonia.
Someone told me
Like-
the other day, they're like photos of you as a child
We
look like
a
they're from a
time
different
frame.
century.
I know.
Like
My
when
mom would
kids,
dress us in the weirdest stuff.
I see people like pictures of kids in like little Nikes and like little T-shirts and stuff.
Not
I'm
us.
like, incredible.
We
I
were
was
in the
wearing
50s.
I was wearing a doily and a
I was
corset.
wearing lace gloves.
Imagine
Literally.
I'm in a corset at like 8.
Literally. With like one of those hats that like roll up at the end. Yeah, it was like so crazy.
Yeah, everything looked like a picnic blanket got a second life. And it's just
Like
like
the Sound of Music when they made
Yeah.
the curtains a dress. That was my mom. But she would never sew it, but she would outsource.
she would. She'd find a local sewer.
Sewer is crazy.
Man.
A sewer, a
Definitely.
I
seamstress.
think it's a seamstress, but I wanted
But
to
I was our other aunt Kathy with a K that would sew them for us. Mm-hmm. And honestly, we felt pretty cool in those clothes.
Yeah, I mean, I
we
don't-
didn't know that we were like a disgrace to a society. In
The
there.
only other shirt I remember like vividly was like this little stripe. Honestly, that shirt would probably slay now. It was a little stripe moment,
Okay.
and it had a little picture of a strawberry on the
Oh
front.
yes, I
and a
remember
frame.
it. It was a bodysuit.
No, that you're thinking of my swimming suit.
Oh,
It was similar. Probably same brand.
Same. Yeah, Mulberry Bush.
Mulberry Bush. Isn't that like a beer company?
No, Mulberry Bush was a kids' clothing. It was very.
Was it Stripes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, it was kind of like that.
A lot of patterns like that.
And I'll never forget, I had a little rocking chair for me and then a little rocking chair for my
your
doll.
stuffies. Yeah.
And then They got that
at the Teen Challenge auction.
you
I
know
remember.
what, Liz? You have way more memories than you lead.
All right.
And here's the thing. What's before? Is it pre-K or kindergarten's first?
Pre-K, because it's pre-kindergarten.
You're kidding.
We're homeschooled.
That is actually so crazy.
didn't
is that
know
an
that?
actual question?
Pre-kindergarten.
Whoa.
Yeah, pre-K.
Because I now I'm saying it like that, but I've always said preschool.
Which would also be going to school.
That's actually,
Yeah.
I'm going to need a moment alone with that.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, so in my preschool, there was this little frog, Mr. Green.
Okay.
And you could, if you were good that day, you got to take him home and have a slumber
remember
party.
that thing.
And I have a picture of me in that shirt, and Mr. Green was in my small rocking chair, and I was holding his little.
I remember that. Remember that girl Kat that used to live with us?
Yeah, she loved frogs.
She loved frogs.
Gosh, and I just remember like
Everything she had
my
was
parents
frogs.
would go so out of their way. If we ever saw a frog, they'd buy it.
And
Also,
they
you
went so
guys-
out of their way to fill our guest room growing up. Like, were we never enough? They always had someone living with us.
That is actually so crazy. I will also say that when we first got here to Boca, we got back to the house, and Liz was like taking her dog Frank out to go to the bathroom. She's like, if you ever see Frank next to a frog, don't let him, because if he licks him, he'll die from a bourgeois frog or whatever it is. And then the second
A bourgeois frog is
the
crazy.
second we go outside, we're like, Frank, come on.
The
What
second
is he
I took
doing?
them on a
He's
tour.
literally like chewing
I
a
thought-
frog.
I literally thought he was like sniffing like a pile of trash. I was like, what is he looking at? Because it's dark out.
That
And
was
then
the
immediately
biggest
he was
frog.
on a frog.
It's like, oh, it's a frog.
And I had to wash his mouth out with pool water.
Yeah. That was like
Because-
5
no,
minutes later.
No, guys, it's a real thing. They're called boofa frogs. If dogs here lick a boofa frog, it's poison to them. They'll start foaming from the mouth and dying. If they're a bigger dog, they do have a chance of surviving if you wash their mouth out with a hose. But I don't have a hose. All we have is the pool.
So Liz, with all conviction, is
I'm
like
literally
telling
cleaning-
us. No,
yeah.
she's telling us this, and then we get outside, and then
And moments later, it was
Frank
actually
looks at
crazy.
something, I was like, she's like, what is he looking at? I'm like, oh, it's a frog.
And it was.
Yeah.
And she's like, no.
It was actually, that was nuts. Because he's never gotten that close to one until he licked it. And then now. But he survived, honestly. And he's laying right here.
Yeah, he's good.
And he's still breathing. He's still breathing. So,
That's
Yeah.
good.
yeah.
Is there
Well,
like an incubation period or?
No. It usually happens immediately. But the little dogs die.
Have you known a dog to die from a bourgeois frog?
I have one friend here so far. So,
What exactly?
which is so crazy. I got to tell you guys this story.
Can I just? What in their skin is causing death to dogs?
It's a venom.
Just on their back?
Yeah. It is.
So crazy.
That's how they stay alive. That's how they
What
to
does
predators.
bourgeois mean?
No, boofa. It's a
Boofa.
boofa frog. I don't know. Look it up.
Man.
But
You've ever heard of loofah?
Yeah, it's actually it's part
That's
of the
a
loofah
sister.
family. Yeah, it's also how you clean your body with them.
Loofah, boofah,
Scrub.
sister frogs.
Yeah,
She's going.
this is how you know that it's too late. But I gotta tell the podcasters. What do you call them? The nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta tell them a crazy story about Courtney. Should
Go
I?
ahead, yeah.
Okay, so I
First,
lived.
give context to who Courtney is.
I will.
Y'all, this has been you guys this whole podcast. Zero
No
context.
context. Honestly, that's kind of fun when you just like.
But I
jump-
feel like it hasn't been anything too niche. I will say that this is our
Except for
second
Kat with
time
the frogs.
recording. This is our second time recording this podcast.
The first time was a nightmare.
The first time was a little too specific.
Yeah.
You guys could have been pulling up like Instagrams on the side, being like, okay, they
Oh,
give
yeah.
a first and last to
There
them.
could have been a whole storyboard.
We gave so many first and last names the last one. That one has to be burned. Anyway, so when
I'll post it on Patreon. I'm like, I'll
what's
post it.
Patreon?
We don't have a Patreon. It's like a paid subscription. We've thought about opening one. I'm like, I'll give it to the highest bidder, dropping them out in the comments.
Honestly, I'll sell anything. Okay,
Liz,
so
don't say that.
Don't say that. Anyway, when I first moved here to Boca, I like just dreamed of having a girlfriend here because it's really hard to find girlfriends when you're in your 30s, early 30s.
That's
And you live in a new city. And so I remember thinking, this was like a couple months into living here. I was like, I thought about like 5 really close girlfriends that I've had in my life. I was like, oh, I just would love another person like that. And then I'm not even joking. The next day I get a DM from this girl who I actually got a tattoo with. She was like my second best friend I ever had in my life. We were thick as thieves. I haven't seen her in like 10 years. She moved to a different city. I had like changed my phone number. We just kind of like lost contact. And she texted me, she DM'd me and said, hey, this is so random, but do you happen to live at this apartment building in Boca Raton, Florida? And I write her back immediately. I'm like, oh my God, yeah, I do. She's like, I saw your name on a package in the package room. And I was like, there's no way. But the craziest, and now she lives here, by the way. She just moved here. And now it's literally like.
So crazy.
That's so crazy.
You guys, thanks for reacting because you guys have been hanging out with her all week. It's so
Yeah.
sweet for you guys to react like that.
What do you mean?
Well,
That's exciting.
That's a crazy story.
I know, but you guys already knew it. So that was like acting.
No.
No, it's like if you tell that story in 10 years or you tell it at her
Yeah, it's so
funeral, I'll
crazy.
still be like, whoa, that
You're
was
going to
wild.
say that story at my funeral? If that's a story you say, I lived no life. I lived literally nothing great. I accomplished nothing. If this is a story you guys bring up as this happenstance, it's so crazy.
Guys, I
It
just
literally
have
has nothing
to
to
say
do with me or an
this really
accomplishment.
crazy thing that happened to Liz in her early 30s where her friend
Anyway, shut up. It's actually a crazy story because it's really the biggest gift, and I just love this girl so much.
And we love friendship.
and it's literally like no time passed at all.
We do love
She still
friendship.
has her tattoo. I still have mine. Even though
What would you have done
You know
if
what's the
when you met
craziest
her,
thing
it
in the
was
world?
removed?
When I got this tattoo, this was the smallest tattoo, the thinnest that they could do. That's how old I am. I'm
What would
literally
you have done?
that is the thickest
I'm a weeping
tattoo
willow
I've
tree.
ever seen.
What would you have done if when you saw her, she got it removed or covered up?
You know what's funny? We both talked about wanting to get it removed, but it's not because of like what it is or anything. It's just like how big and ugly it is.
You're going to talk about what it means?
It means Hakuna Matata in Swahili.
Which is what?
Means no worries.
So did you get it
for
from the,
rest of your days.
Lion King?
What else would I have gotten that from?
I don't know. Just
think
learning
that-
the language.
Yeah.
Did that movie mean a lot to you?
So what part about Timon and Pumbaa?
No, to be honest, that's my favorite Broadway show. When I saw it in London, I cried. I loved it so much. And I just saw it again in London, and I also bawled my eyes out. It's actually a very spiritual experience when they sing He Lives in You.
Who
lives in
does?
you.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. I think it's actually very religious. Anyway,
Religious?
spiritual, whatever you want to call it. But I don't really have like any other ties to it. I literally, I'm not going to lie. I just saw that the Swahili Hakuna Matata looked like a treble clef, and I thought that was so like sneaky and cool that I would like have, that on my arm. And I did music. And I also used to get so nervous. So I'm like, I just want to have something no one else can see but me. And now looking back, I'm like, love you. That was so weird.
I remember Mom and Dad were so grieved. They're like, you could never be on the news.
No, they told me I'll never win Miss America, and that I put a bumper sticker on a Bentley.
I get that a lot.
Yeah. And
From
then
who?
My parents.
That you
That's
could
probably
never win Miss
also
America?
the most
Yeah.
that's the most rebellious thing I've ever done, because normally I always like listen to Mom and Dad, and for me to just go and not tell them was crazy. Like
For
I
me,
look
it's up
back
there,
at
yeah.
me like 18 me,
Well,
and
you
I'm
also got a nose ring.
but she knew I was doing that. That wasn't a problem.
Tough.
Dad didn't.
Really. I can't believe I had a nose ring now for 15 years.
I know. I
Wow.
think about my nose ring
That took
all the
me
time.
so long to do that math.
Are you all right?
I don't know.
Ew, I hated the way that just sounded in the mic. Are
It
you?
sounded like a boofa frog. Okay, let's each one of us take a chance at what do you think a boofa frog would sound
Hey,
like.
I'm a boof of. Hey, lick me.
That's a little too perfect.
Hey, you want to lick me?
They have to sound a little swampy.
No, he's
like, hey,
definitely. He's definitely. Hey, Frank, I'm a boomer.
Hey, Frank, come here.
Hey, Frank, I taste like chicken.
Have you guys ever eaten frog
Stop
legs?
coughing on my mic.
That your mic, first of all, is crazy. Also, can you pass me that little boomer frog? I think it got my throat.
Have you guys ever eaten frog legs?
No, I don't think I have.
I have.
You did?
In Louisiana.
What did it taste
Really?
like? Rubbery?
Sticks.
Sticks? You ate the bones? Oh wait, they don't have bones.
Where do they fry them?
Yeah,
I think they don't have bones because they're amphibians.
I could be lying.
That is so crazy.
Are you a liar?
What's the craziest thing you've ever eaten? I ate a live fish, swallowed it whole, felt it swimming in my stomach to impress a guy when I was on a mission trip.
We just had what? Sardines? Was it sardines?
Yeah. Craziest thing I've ever had would probably be cow tongue and apple juice in a smoothie.
What?
It was like my youth group growing up was real weird, and they did this like fear factor kind of thing. And
Youth groups do that these days.
I hated it.
They're still doing that.
I hate that.
They're still doing that. That's
Why?
a big,
That's demonic, honestly.
Yeah. It makes you throw up.
Yeah.
did it.
It's actually it makes you sick.
I did it, and I got to.
And you got to stop breathing on the mic like that.
Yeah, you gotta stop. People
The
are gonna think it's me.
listeners love it. The listeners
People are gonna think it's me.
Baby, it's
the
so
listeners
extra
feel like
tonight.
we're having a lot
You're
of
like-
talk.
This is why we shouldn't film a podcast at 1:30 in the morning.
You know what's shocking?
Facts.
People would be actually super shocked to find out how many episodes we have filmed that late.
Really?
The first few episodes were that late because we didn't know how cameras worked.
Yeah, it takes forever
That's
to
not
set up.
true. I definitely know how the cameras work. We just had to
Sorry,
like
bad for
find
Enoch's reputation. We didn't know how the audio worked.
It honestly is so hard to figure out. I filmed a couple episodes when I thought I was
there's,
going to do a
like,
podcast.
There's some glitches
So
and
hard.
stuff like that happen, and it's just like you don't know. There's
yeah.
there's a phantom in the system.
Anna.
Anyway, so what was I saying?
The craziest thing you ever ate was cow tongue.
No. I was talking about something else. Oh, it was when I was breathing in the mic. You remember? Oh, man, I was on the edge of something good. I honestly felt like it was going to be a breakthrough for everybody.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Try to get back there because I need one. What's your guys' most recent biggest breakthrough?
Good question.
Stumped you guys.
I don't know. Do you want me to... probably releasing what is.
To make room for what's to come?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like... I
What?
think recently I have just accepted like a lot more of like not like how things are, like they can't get better, but just loving the small things. I was listening to this podcast and this neurosurgeon was talking about like dopamine drip, and he was talking about how social media has like flooded our brain of like too much dopamine, that we just get these like dopamine like dumps. And what actually keeps our brain healthiest and most alive is small drips. And that looks like waking up and being like, oh, I love the way the sun is piercing through the shades. And the next thing being like, oh, man, I love the way that this toast tastes. And that's true dopamine of like small little moments. So I think
Was this Dr. Amen?
Yeah.
The way you even said those, I could hear him talking.
Wow. I'm like, it's me, Dr.
That would be the craziest reveal of all time, because why is he being you is so crazy. Like, out of everyone in the world, it could be it's you.
All right. That's now that feels offensive. Oh man, I really want to know what I was about to say earlier.
You're
That's
never
really
going to get back
bothering me.
there. What's your most recent breakthrough?
I got deep quick.
Might as well.
Yeah. Yours was beautiful though, so
Thank you.
I'll go.
for me, yeah,
You go.
Totally.
Mine is, I always thought I had issues with trusting other people because of like my past and like what they've done.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm realizing it's because I haven't built trust with myself. And so I'm on this new journey of building my own integrity with myself, of just the little things when no one's watching and no one knows. And it's really
It's great,
changing
Liz.
my life. I'm not joking. And it's only been a
Wow.
very small amount of time. And I just, every day I wake up and I have like my favorite therapist I've ever had in my life. And he just told me like, start by playing small and just call it the game of integrity. And you don't make big crazy commitments, but you say like, today I'm going to do like these 3 things. And then you don't go to bed until you do them.
That's good. Have you done them today?
I did 2 of my last one's meditation before bed, and I just do that before bed. Yeah.
You know.
It's beautiful. You guys killed that.
Thank you.
Um,
That was my golden nugget.
wow, that really could be.
Just kidding. I'll come up with a new one.
That's good because it's about to come towards you, girl.
It's coming at me.
It's
hot,
on the
girl.
way.
Guys, I am.
You're fading fast.
Facts.
I actually was thinking I could do a few more episodes tonight.
No, we're
That'd be a
not.
mess.
Do you guys think I'll ever get reinvited on the podcast?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The yawn is just
So sorry, you guys. I'm really just. It's been a long day.
It's been a long life.
I actually woke up at like. You ever just have those thoughts in like 4:30 in the morning? It's like, what's my Roth IRA looking like? I woke up with that this morning. I was like, where can I track that account down? That's what I've been doing since 4:30 this morning. No lie.
Oh
And you
my
know what's so
God.
crazy is my mother's always awake. And I was like,
She
hey,
is.
Mom, do you have this? And she was like, yeah.
She's all seeing.
And she responded to me immediately.
That's so sweet.
So that was good. Made me feel good about us just both being on the case of that. It was a good time for that too.
Okay, sorry. We were giving you extra time to think about your breakthrough.
My biggest breakthrough recently. I don't know. I think I've always had this immense pressure on myself to have it all figured out, to do it quickly. And like there was a ticking time bomb. I feel like in the last couple of months, I've just given myself like the grace to just figure it out and be patient, but also like find out who I am, you know, structure some identity within me and really just let God work in my life as much as I want to work in my life, you know? So
Oh, I love that.
Beautiful.
if that makes sense. If that makes any sense.
I gotta say I love that I just catch you reading your Bible. There's not a lot of people you see just doing that these days.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. What was that?
Anna and Enoch are staying with me in Ratmouth, and I'm staying on the couch. So who's the servant here?
First of all,
who's
you
the pastor
literally
here?
offered to do that, and have been.
I
she's
felt
been
bad.
like,
I said, let's get an air mattress in here.
And now I'm
good
acting
for
like
it.
the martyr. No, I'm kidding. I actually really enjoy sleeping on this couch, but yeah, and you don't see it a lot anymore, especially just like doing it on your own. And also I feel like there's something different when people are doing it when they're single, because it's usually because they're sad sometimes, but you're just
That's
like
right.
happy and married and loving your word. That's beautiful.
Trying to love the word.
you too, my peanut.
Okay, stop.
Beautiful.
I started a devotional today called "Certainty in
Are you
Times
guys
of
in the camera?
Uncertainty."
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
we
in it.
can literally see it.
I honestly have been so bad at reading my words. I've been convicted lately, but I'm gonna get back to
That's
it.
so crazy that you feel that way, because I was literally like, wow, I've never seen someone read their Bible so
I
much.
know. I feel like you have to do it for like so.
I'm one of those. I feel like it's my daily bread. I need it daily.
It's all of our
That's so
daily
sweet.
bread. But
I think
I think it was like maybe Steph Gretzinger. I can't remember who it was. She said something one time that was like so freeing to me. She was like, your relationship with the Lord is always constant, but there are times where it's like you'll get 3 hours every day and you'll be able to just sit and talk and read. And then there are times where it's like, all right, I have this many kids and this is what's going on. And then you have a good 30 minutes, or it looks like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. And she's like, it's just keeping the communication, the line open.
yeah, that's true.
And I'm like, I think that I used to be like that too. But like this morning when I woke up, I just started looking for my Roth IRA. And then I was just like, oh, I'm going to go to my Bible app.
This is the difference between a Mary and a Martha.
I used to be really, Liz,
Back to
Bible
Mary.
jokes. Bible jokes.
my favorite thing in the world is like my physical Bible. And I used to,
I thought you were about to say my physical body.
my physical,
Okay, it's a little vain, but all right.
and my favorite thing in the world is my vessel here on earth. No, I used to be so crazy about bringing my
Yes.
physical Bible everywhere.
The one that has the pages all out, and
Yeah,
I would have
and
to
I've, like-
shuffle them,
It's
can't
missing
find
the
them.
entire
and
Old
I've
Testament.
literally lost so many pages. And recently I was like, I'm only going to bring it on like certain, like feel like I need to. I mean, I have another Bible. I did get another Bible and it's like just probably 15 pounds. It's honestly massive. And I was just like, I just need to be set free from that. I can read the Bible on my phone.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It'll never replace a physical Bible for me.
And it's just because it's who you are. Anna's been doing wax seals on envelopes since she was 6. I'll
That's
never
true.
forget the first time I saw her doing that. I'm like, are you a Renaissance man? Who
Yeah.
even knows that you can
It's so
buy
crazy.
those
It also
online?
like cuts down distraction, and I love like making notes, but you can make notes in like your Bible app and all those
No,
things.
there's nothing like it.
There really
Like
is
those
nothing like it.
pages.
I encourage
Finding,
anyone who
finding,
doesn't have a
tear
physical
stains
Bible.
from like a year ago.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Oh, that's just me.
That's sweet.
A year ago, what were you dealing with?
Huh?
What were you going
Just
through?
fighting for it,
Year
Fighting
ago,
through
we
it.
were dating, Peanut. You're crying?
I was reading Proverbs 31 and just I can't believe it.
Can't believe I found her.
Well, I love
Do you guys
that.
think I'll ever get married?
For
Yes,
sure.
Liz.
Yeah.
What kind of person do you guys see me with? One of
Hopefully-
your fans?
Whoa.
Hopefully someone kind, loving, caring, emotionally intelligent.
Patient,
Mm-hmm.
long suffering.
Long
What did-
suffering?
What did you think of Enoch when we first started dating?
A perfect match.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because you like to be like a glitter bomb in a room, and he's like that shining light. Like it was just like you were the disco ball. He was like that consistent light that like was like lighting up the whole room. But then when the two of you got together, it was like magic.
Wow,
That's beautiful.
stunning.
What an analogy.
Thank you.
What did
That's a
you think
preacher's
about me
analogy.
when we started dating, Enoch?
We've got
What is this episode?
About
God
4
forbid I be here. I can't get one good line in, one good compliment, and like you guys are just gonna fall in love all
I
over on this
know.
podcast.
Here, let's give her this podcast back. Let's give her this podcast back.
I want to let everyone know I'm 33 years old this year, and on my birthday, I woke up to a text from my mom that said like it was like so early in the morning. It was like 7 or something, and she was like, "Happy
So
birthday,
early
Liz."
as 7?
Well,
Your mom's like, I've been up for 5 hours.
yeah, no, I mean like she sent it so early, so it was the first one I read,
Okay.
and it was like, "Happy birthday, Liz," blah blah blah. But like I had to scroll up to see that because like the main part that I saw was a screenshot of my mom googling how old should you be when you freeze your eggs. So that's where I'm at
She
mentally.
didn't mean for you to see that, huh?
I know it's crazy. I didn't ever even know I was in like an emergency zone.
I don't think you
Are you?
are.
Yeah, it said you better start freezing them by this age.
Are you doing that?
No,
Okay.
I think just like let go and let God, and like I think like
It's beautiful.
if Sarah could have a kid at 100, I'm probably gonna be able to have one in my late 50s.
Yeah. I feel like
Liz.
that's true though.
Yeah.
Late
I
50s?
feel like God's gonna bless
Well,
it.
and like surrogates are like a thing, and you can adopt.
Yeah, all those are great options.
You could be a
Also,
surrogate for me.
Lit.
She could.
You could.
I wouldn't
You wouldn't.
be your
Cut the tape.
be your surrogate.
Are you joking? If I couldn't have kids, you wouldn't be like,
Okay,
hey, Liz.
couldn't is
Just-
one thing. It's just preference would be a no, but it's
I don't
like
even think-
If I couldn't have kids, you wouldn't have a surrogate for me. You're so much younger than me. It's crazy.
okay. It's not.
What if we did twins and I let you keep one?
Okay, well, that's
We can talk
guys.
about it offline.
This has been what an episode. This has been.
What an episode. Listen, we'll definitely come back with a part
What's like
2.
the tag gonna be? Surrogate?
I really don't know.
No, you're about to do a golden nugget list.
Yeah, but we'll definitely.
Every
I think
episode
I
we
forgot.
do-
I forgot. I clammed up.
Every episode we do a golden nugget. If there's one thing that you would love to leave our listeners with to sum up this podcast, give us a golden nug.
I think I'm learning that the happiest life is a detached life. So learning how to just let go and let things flow through you, that not everything's meant to stay forever, and loving the time you get with them and then loving them as they go. Just let go.
Wow.
Honestly. I think
Let go and let God.
Let go and let God.
Yeah, let go and let more go.
What exactly should we let go?
Because more keeps coming, you have to let more go.
But what? Okay, I hear you. So
And
just
she's like,
hold things loosely.
Yeah, my eyes are on fire. I'm going to be honest with you guys.
Yeah.
They've been burning
What?
for... I think I have allergies.
That's real.
To who?
The boofas.
The boofas.
When Anna talks like a
Guys,
boofa frog, my allergies
That might be the
spiked.
thumbnail.
What would you guys do if, like, behind you, just like you just saw a boofa, just like
I
jump
would
onto me?
scream. I would
He's
move.
like, hey, Frank.
We would pack up. We would pack up tonight.
it's me.
You guys, I did find a lizard in my apartment. Oh, did I tell you guys about that?
Welcome
No.
to South Florida.
I never found him. So he's still living with me, I think.
Frank definitely ate him.
You think so?
Yeah, he's starving.
Yeah, but that night I didn't sleep one
Okay,
week.
address the dog is not starving. He's overweight.
Right. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
He's on a diet.
Yeah, I
And
like
he's
to.
still never lose weight. He just keeps gaining.
I like to give him a scoop
so
and a half.
crazy.
Honestly, retweet. Guys, it's been such a fantastic episode. We are having the time of our lives here at 1 a.m. We hope you have enjoyed this.
Also, I want to say Anna made us put our pajamas on. I wanted to wear some jeans, maybe like
Sorry,
get a
I
full
didn't.
glam.
Well, sorry, I didn't
Liz
want to
was
wear a
gonna pop
suit.
And
out.
she told me to get in my gym jams.
So sorry, I didn't want to wear a suit
I had
at
a
1
button up.
a.m.
I had a button up.
Yeah,
all the
Enoch and I were
things.
ready to dress to impress. And I was like, Anna, you're married. I'm still single. I have to like wear something form fit.
Okay, this is
But she wanted me
form-fitting.
she wanted me in a tater sack silk.
Tater sack silk.
Tater sack.
You guys ever heard of them? We have them here.
Never heard
Liz
of that.
wearing one. I am like, this isn't the Met Gala. You know what I mean?
I literally can't open my eyes.
Okay.
Well, hey, we love y'all so much.
We love you guys
This
so
was
much.
So much fun.
We're going to have Liz on the podcast again. If you have any questions or anything.
Oh my god, that would help us so much. Can you please send in some questions because this has been so difficult.
But don't ask her any questions about her past. She doesn't want to go
will
through
clam
it
up.
chronologically. She doesn't want to talk about her
We're a
story.
mess.
I only want to talk about my future, and that's a bright one, huh?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
so
need
Liz can
shades.
speak into the future.
Yeah.
Guys, we love you so much. We hope for just an hour you felt like you had a couple. Stop waving. I have an outro. For just an hour you had some
I thought I was
friends
gonna wave
that
them
we were
out and then it's
talking
gonna
to.
zoom out.
Liz. Anyway, we're having a ball.
Aren't you excited for Taco Bell?
Yeah, I'm shocked that we haven't gotten into that.
Freezing
Me
cold.
too. We're gonna have to put it in the oven.
All right, love you guys so much.
Love
we'll
y'all.
see you next week.
See you soon.
See you
Bye.
next week.
Bye.